Since the adoption of the U.S. Constitution in 1787 and the inauguration of our first president in 1789, the U.S. has had 45 presidents, 8 of whom have died while serving as president. 4 died of natural causes, and 4 through assassination. Below is a list of those 8 presidents who died in office. First to die was William Henry Harrison, the 9th president, died on April 4, 1841 of pneumonia and pleurisy. His term is the shortest in history, clocking in at only 1 month. He's also the grandfather of future President Benjamin Harrison. John Tyler succeeded him as president. Zachary Taylor, 12th president, died on July 9, 1850 of various medical issues. Modern doctors believe the cause of death is what is now known as acute gastroenteritis. Taylor was succeeded by Vice-President Millard Fillmore. Abraham Lincoln, the first president to be assassinated, was our 16th president. He was killed by John Wilkes Booth, a famous actor and known Confederate sympathizer and spy. He was shot in the head while attending a play at Ford's Theater on the evening of April 14, 1865, and died the next morning. Lincoln was succeeded by Vice President Andrew Johnson. James Garfield, 20th president, assassinated in 1881, shot by Charles Guiteau, a somewhat insane and disgruntled office seeker in Washington, D.C. on July 2, 1881. Garfield lingered for quite a while, finally dying on September 19, 1881. Modern doctors believe Garfield's doctors had access to modern medical procedures and equipment. He likely would have survived his wounds. Garfield was succeeded by Vice President Chester Arthur. William McKinley, 25th president, was assassinated in 1901. McKinley was visiting the Pan American Exposition in Buffalo, New York on September 6, 1901, when he was shot twice in the abdomen by Leon Czolgosz, an avowed anarchist. Czolgosz believed that killing the president would advance the cause of socialism and anarchism. He is inspired by the recent assassination of Italy's King Umberto, who was also killed by an anarchist. McKinley died several days later of his wounds on September 14, 1901. He was succeeded by Vice President Theodore Roosevelt. Next to die was Warren G. Harding, the 29th president, who died on August 2, 1923 of a suspected heart attack while touring the western U.S. by train. He was succeeded by Vice President Calvin Coolidge. Next up was Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd president, who died on April 12, 1945 of a cerebral hemorrhage. Roosevelt had been in ill health for some time, and his selection of Harry Truman, or more correctly his dumping of sitting Vice President Henry Wallace, has been seen as an insurance policy of sorts in case his health deteriorated. Harry Truman succeeded Roosevelt, which was probably a very good thing, since Wallace had been, shall we say, sympathetic to the Soviet Union and international communism, and Harry Truman, of course, is the president who set up the policy of containment, which helped keep world communism at bay. Moving on to John Kennedy, the 35th president, was assassinated on November 22, 1963. He was shot and killed while on a motorcade in Dallas, Texas. His assassin was Lee Harvey Oswald, a known sympathizer of the communist regime of Fidel Castro and of the Soviet Union. Kennedy was succeeded by Vice President Lyndon Johnson. While Kennedy was the last president to die in office, both Presidents Eisenhower and Reagan almost died in office. Eisenhower survived 2 heart attacks, and Reagan was shot in the chest in an assassination attempt in 1981, but both survived to serve 2 full terms. American history is often violent, but the strength of the United States, one of the many strengths, is the Constitution, which clearly delineates a line of succession from president to vice president and onward. Regardless of what happens to our president, we know we will have a peaceful transition of power. This is the historyguy.com YouTube channel. Please subscribe if you like our videos, and we will see you again with more historical information in future videos. Thank you, and good day.